Sports to the bone, people. Blessings, 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 my viewers and all my subscribers. Back at it with another live show, Greetings to you all. Hope you are enjoying your Monday. Hope you are all safe. If you are on your way home from work, hopefully you will get home safely. And if you are already home, don't know it, go already. So we're going to be here for the next 60 minutes to talk some cricket and whatever else sports related that you all want to talk about, right? Tomorrow morning, West Indies and Scotland will play in their warm-up game. So as you can imagine, we're going to touch on that. Also going to touch a little bit on the World Test Championship final once again. We see ICC sending out some findings. Well, a couple of the players have to pay some match fee business. Shubman Gill, he got it worse of the lot. He basically had to pay to play in the final because he's gonna have to pay 115% of his match fee. So 100% basically of his match fee, and then the other 15%. I don't know where that come from. He's gonna have to pay that different from his match fee. So we're going to take a look at that, plus a couple of other things. If you're a football fan, news came earlier today that Kylian Mbappe has decided not to extend his contract at PSG. So at the end of next season, that means he would become a free agent. So you know that PSG, they don't want that. So they're probably going to have to listen to bids now. So, Real Madrid and all of these big teams probably gonna be looking to pay some money for Mbappe. So quite a few things to talk about. So not even gonna waste any more time. Let's just go straight into it. So Sheldon has the first comment. Greetings, Sheldon. Sheldon say, good evening all. We may have to beat Zimbabwe, Ireland, Sri Lanka, and Scotland to guarantee qualification. And that would mean that, we would have to go through our group. The same thing that I spoke about in yesterday's video. 10 teams. As I said, the top 3 from each group going to go through. Then you have to, the top 2 and then the last 2 qualify. So as I said, it's a possibility that we might end up having to beat these teams to get down there. Good night, blessings, unknown. Good evening, Lennox. All right, blessings. Anyone know what cable channel broadcasting live coverage of the game tomorrow? I'm not sure, especially seeing that it's a warm-up game. I'm not sure how that's gonna go. How you feeling about the squad? Any changes you would make? I mean, I would make changes, but I doubt you can make changes like that. For an ICC sanctioned event, I think they only allow changes in special cases. If somebody gets injured or somebody has to leave to go home. I already said it. My 2 changes would have been Alec Arthanes and Kevin Sinclair in, Rastan Chase and Carty out. That would have been my changes. What time West Indies and Scotland playing? I think the game starts probably 3 in the morning. Mbappe going straight to Real Madrid because the striker vacancy is open. Real Madrid is a admirer. They admire Kylian Mbappe, but as you can imagine, he's not going to be. Even if they buy him, they're still going to be looking to bring in another a center forward, because I doubt Kylian Mbappe is gonna play straight through the middle. But there's bad blood there, but they're going to take him, man. There's a spot in Manchester for him, anyways. Good evening, Sports to the Bone. Blessings. How PSG managed to lose Messi and Kylian in the same month? I mean, at the end of the day, if things are not right, things are just not right, And after what some of the fans did to the players, going to their homes and doing all sort of things, they can imagine some of these superstars not going to be staying. Yeah, Prasad, blessings. We might see the warm-up games on ESPN. All right. All right, blessings. Good night. I am hoping for the best team to play in the warm-up tomorrow. Noam Powell, Brooks, Carty, Correa, Chase, Hola, Hussein. So how many people are going to play? So you said no Brooks. Let me see. You said no Powell, no Brooks, no Carty, no Carriot, no Chase, no Holder, no Hussein. So you have 7 people that's not gonna play. So how many people you're only gonna play with 8 people? Only 8 people gonna play the game for you then. If you're saying you're not using any of these guys, so you're only putting 8 people on the field then. Good night, Sports to the Bone. Big up. I would bat Charles at 3 and leave Brooks on the bench because he the weak link in the batting lineup in case we have to make a big score or chase a big score. All right, Kurt, I hear you. Vinny is at the left. Oh, yeah. I didn't remember that Vinicius plays off the left. Arguably the best left-sided player right now. Rashford is sometimes hot and cold. I mean, Rashford had a good season just now, but over the last 2 seasons, I would probably say Vinicius Jr. Is probably the best. Neymar one won't be there for longer too. Yeah, Neymar is probably going to be leaving soon. Sports to the Bone, given the fact we have warm-up versus Scotland and UAE, do we play the first 11 tomorrow and rotate for the UAE warm-up or get the IPL players game fit? I want my playing 11 out there now. I definitely want my playing 11 out there. Yeah, I want my playing 11 out there to go and play. So whoever it is that they think they're going to use as the playing 11, they need to get those guys playing. And the guys coming back from the IPL, as I said, the Poor and the Kyle Mayers, the Jason Holder, the Ravman Powell, in my playing 11, those guys, in my team, those guys go straight back into the playing 11. So in my playing 11, those guys go straight back in. So, you know, I would play them. It's a good question in a Supernova. But I don't want them sitting around and then when the qualifier time come, we put them out there. I want them playing. All right, Sherwin says, Hetty, Lewis, Arthanes, and Sinclair playing is the best team. They are not there. They are not in the squad. So that's why we're talking about the squad. There are 15 players there. And you just say you're only playing 8 players. Just like me, you want Sinclair and Arthanes there. They are not there. So we have to select 11 people from the squad that is there. You know? The game starts tomorrow at 3 a.m. So 3 a.m. tomorrow. If you're in Jamaica, that's what, around about 4. So you can you know, take in the game. Hetty is arguably a top 3 batsman in the Caribbean. That might be a hot take. All right. I can always hope. Okay, bro. So work with your 8 players and hope for the others to come in. We need to see Shepherd and Powell, who was on the bench at the IPL. All right. Yeah, all right, Sheldon. 8 because West Indies too big for them. I mean, if West Indies, if we were too big for them, then you know, we wouldn't be there. I hope Sammy and Hope don't pick Carty and Brooks to play together in the team because that idea is failure. I pray to God them don't do that again. 2 2 Yeah, so 2 a.m. if it's Jamaica. I turned it the other way and said 4. Yeah, but I gave my playing 11 this morning, and just in case you didn't get a chance to see that video, I know I'm going to get a lot of stick for putting Brooks in my playing 11, but for the ODIs, I definitely have him playing right now. You know, so I was thinking Brandon King and Kyle Mayers, Shamar Brooks at 3. I know you guys want me to put Johnson Charles in. I like the fact that he's in form also, but if I have Kyle Mayers and Brandon King opening, I need somebody to come and solidify the number 3 spot. It might look simple now that we're playing against this team, you know. But if it is the case that we go through, you know, we usually get ball out early, and sometimes we have to draw on these guys that tend to bat a little longer. So I have Brooks at 3. At 4, I have Shai Hope. 5, I have Pooran. 6, Powell. 7, I have Kimo Paul / Romario Shepherd. 8, I have Yannick Correa. 9, I have Hussein. 10, I have I know I'm no, I have Jason Holder. Let me do that again. So Kyle Mayers and King. Brooks 3, 4 Shai Hope, 5 we have Poor, and 6 we have Ravman Paul. 7 I have Jason Holder. 8, that's where we have Kimo Paul / Ravman Powell. 9 we have Correa. 10 we have Akil Hussein and Alzari Joseph. That is what my team looks like. Amir, Hetty is the best batsman in the West Indies. Okay, that's nice. It would be even better if he actually wants to play for us, though. If Sammy doesn't get the job done to qualify for the World Cup qualifier, you feel people gonna call his and Hope head already. I mean, West Indies can't afford to miss 2 World Cups in a row. I mean, if they don't get the job done, then people will have a right to don't trust them. But in terms of asking them, I wouldn't just go ahead and ask them at the same time. And, you know, it's not only because Sammy just got the team and we need him to grow with the team, him alongside Shai Hope to grow with the team and do their thing. But I wouldn't throw them away just yet. But it would be really sad to know that we have this pool of players and the coach and the coaching staff and the captain, you know, they are not able to get the team through. If Brooks makes the 11, I would need therapy, say Sheldon. Sheldon, who had Brooks in his team all year round. Oh my word. What you saying to me? Big up Sports to the Bone. Blessings. All right. I am not from Guyana. I am just not biased. I mean, if you say Hetmeyer is the best player in the Caribbean, you don't need to be from Guyana to say that. I am not from there, and I can say that he's one of the best that we have in terms of the white ball cricket. I am also not being biased when I say that he needs to show that he wants to play for us. And I always like to flip it and also say that the selectors also need to be upfront. You understand? Need to communicate better. I would be hypocritical if I sit here and say that Hetmeyer is not one of the better players that we have. But he doesn't just walk back in my team, and probably this is just me being old-fashioned and behaving as if I have too much principles. But he wouldn't just walk back in my team. I can say the selectors did him dirty. Not just right now, but prior to now. You understand? Not even the last T20 World Cup, the one before. So I can understand him having his gripe or his problems with them. You understand? But I can also understand people being frustrated with him. It's two sides to the coin for me. What Yannick and Carty do to get the nod again of Alec and Sinclair only in the West Indies cricket, or cricket have turned into Cartoon Network 2000. I mean, most people want to see Alec and Sinclair in, but the fact of the matter is that they are not in the squad. So we're just trying to put together the best 11 that we think would take the field. You understand? In terms of Yannick Correa, I definitely want him to have a strong tournament. You know, I'm not ready to. He's not young, but he hasn't done awfully bad as yet for me to just say, you know, shut the door on him. As much as we know that Sinclair has done some work to get him. Anyone know which channel the warm-up games will be on? I heard someone saying just now, maybe ESPN. I'm not sure. Praying they can bat out 50 overs in every game. That we definitely would need that. How is Hetty is the best? You would have to ask the person that is saying that, you know, but I would definitely stick my hand up and say he's one of the best that we have in the region. And, you know, when it comes on to the white ball game, he's not playing for us. Don't know if he wants to play for us. So I won't spend my lifetime arguing about how good he is. You know, you're as good as your last game. You need to be playing cricket. Charles, Mayers, King, Hope, Poor, and Powell, Holder, Shepherd, Paul, Correa, Hussein, Joseph. Can't choose between Kimo Paul and Shepherd. It's tough choice. Kimo is better bowling form, while Shepherd is good with the bat. And this is basically the same dilemma that I had this morning when I was giving my team. If we need somebody to bowl the new ball with Alzari Joseph, we can trust Kimo Paul to do so. You understand? But if we're in a situation where we only have a couple of overs remaining and we need somebody to score some runs, I back Romario Shepherd to do that. Not saying Kimo Paul is not capable. You understand? But in terms of finishing off games right now, Romario Shepherd is in good form. You understand? So I back him. So that is my thing. Carty is an all round. I will pick him above Hola. Sheldon Smith, I am playing Charles or Alec over Brooks all day, every day. What I'm saying, guys, is that it doesn't even make any sense. When can I get commentary for the match tomorrow? All right, Keith. So as we were saying earlier, the game starts at 3. 3 in terms of where you can see the game. I'm not totally sure. Didn't see any channel or anything. I myself, I'm gonna have to be searching. I am gonna have to search. I don't see any, as Supernova is saying there, I don't see any advertisement or anything. So I'm going to have to search tomorrow morning. I had King batting at 3 since the T20 World Cup. I coach and captain. Coach and captain failed me so far. All right, boss, I hear you. I think ESPN and Sky Sports. Hetty is good, but not best, but not the best one-day player. Shai Hope is our best. By far, Ian. By far. By far. Shai Hope is definitely the best one-day player in the Caribbean. You understand? I think he has fallen outside the top 10 in the world. I think maybe he's like, I don't know, 12, 13, but Shai Hope is by far the best ODI player we have in the Caribbean. But when I say white ball, we're talking about a combination of T20 and ODIs, and I would put him, up there. That is why I am reluctant to say that he's the best, because in the back of my head, I know that none of these guys can perform in ODI cricket like Shai Hope. And it is there for all of us to see. Doesn't matter which part of the world you are from. Shai Hope is easily the best ODI batsman we have. But sometimes I just bypass things without just saying it bluntly. But Shai Hope is easily the best. What happened to my favorite player, Evan Lewis, though? The last I heard of Evan Lewis is that, well, Sheldon on the live here said that he's playing club cricket in Trinidad. We heard from Desmond Haynes, and he was saying that some of these guys, they need to show that, they need to show commitment and show that they actually want to play. I personally, I am thinking that these guys are going to try to use the CPL to relaunch themselves. They are losing IPL contracts, and they're going to want to get back into international cricket. Even if they don't get back into international cricket, to get gigs in the PSL, probably the 100 and certain other T20 leagues, they're going to need to perform, and they're not playing IPL cricket. So the only option for them is to play well in the CPL and try to see if the selectors will give them a look in. This team is weak. All right, Sports to the Bone for Director of Cricket, over to you, Mr. Reds. I don't know who this Mr. Reds is, but I don't know about Sports to the Bone being director. Maybe I would pick an all-Jamaican team. I would probably pick 11 people from Jamaica. So, you can't give me that responsibility. If Hetmeyer or Lewis or any of these guys want to get back in the squad, they should put in the work like Charles did, and then they'll get back in. Simple as that. Point blank. Simple as that. Simple as that. Still want to know what Super 50 Chase played. What Super 50 Chase played for Ruston Chase to get back into the ODI team. Much less a World Cup. It's hard to say, because I don't know. And some of these same guys that we're calling for, they got the opportunity to play in Super 50, and they didn't do anything. So we don't know how we're going to just select them like that and ignore the guys that actually played and performed. Ian Hope is afraid of teams with real fast bowling. He don't need the certificate, sir. All right. In my opinion, we are in a good place. These days with batsmen like Charles and Arthur is performing well, kicking down the doors to get into the final 11. Oh yes, indeed. Sinclair Alec should be in a West Indies 11 all the time. These two guys are the real deal, the future of West Indies cricket and beyond. Mr. SA is better than you, Sports to the Bone. All you need to do is go over there and watch his live and leave this one. Sports to the Bone, ESPN will show the India tour. I'm not too sure now. That's the same thing we're saying just now, but I'm not sure. Ian, if Hope is facing spin or medium pace, he is the best. If Hope is facing spin or medium pace, let me just put it this way, Sherwin. Let me put it this way. Whatever he's facing is better than all of the other ODI batsmen in the Caribbean. So if it is T2, if it is pace, spin, medium pace, just check the records. That's all you need to do. It's better than all of them. I'm not going to say he's not susceptible to real pace sometimes, but which batsman isn't in the Caribbean? You understand? This is not even an argument. Shai Hope is the best ODI player in the Caribbean. but I'm going to leave you with your opinion still. I'm not going to knock you. Chase is a waste, he says. My opinion is Hetty wants to play for West Indies when he thinks he wants to. And Alvin, he's not the first one to have done it. And when you call these players out on it, you hear that you are fighting against them. He's not the first player. We have seen other players that try that same thing. They try to play only when they want. You understand? So they believe that. I'm not saying that they shouldn't try to communicate and CWI shouldn't try to communicate. They need to do that because the cricket is heading there. And this is what the guys do for a living. So they are always going to want to play for the money. So I understand that, and we need the cricket to keep going. But what these guys also need to understand is when they go off all over the world and then we just select them, our cricket is going to die out because the other players that are consistently working to get selected, when they see that these guys just leave and just come back in as they like, then the program going to break down. People going to leave the program. You understand? It can't work like that. It cannot work like that. I still believe in Carty despite the low strike rate, but most likely I will say he doesn't make any World Cup game starting 11. The man talented and will come back better, I believe. And I agree. I am not saying to throw him away, but he shouldn't be in this playing 11. I am not saying throw him away, but he should not be in that playing 11 at all. You understand? And as I always say, I prefer to see him in test where he has some more time to settle down and bat. All the people who are talking about Hetty, why did you see did you see what happened with the golf in the USA? I don't know if you're talking about most of the golfers going to Saudi Arabia to play. I think he's talking about the Saudi Arabia golf, the players that wants to go to Saudi Arabia to play. What is happening is that the PGA Tour is banning most of those players. You understand? And as I said, people are gonna go towards the money because that is what they do for a living. What we are saying is this: if you want to do that, then you cannot try and behave as if you want the cricket to stop for you. The cricket can't stop because when you leave and go and about your business and we can have you to play, what is going to happen to our program? The other players that were working hard to get in the program, when they notice that people can just walk in and walk out, how the program going to continue? I don't know. Supernova, Carty is still young and can improve, but right now he doesn't deserve a place in the team and his performance right now. Mr. Alec want to take Brooks' spot at the number 3. All right. How can the selectors see a talent like Arthanes at the age of 24 and take so long to get him in the setup? Travis, as I said earlier, it's not like these guys. It's not like these guys are not aware. No, they are aware because Alec in the under 19 World Cup that he played, he scored the most runs, outscored Shubman Gill and all of them guys. I think he scored 2 centuries and a couple of half centuries. You understand? So it's just that it took a little while for him to come back. And now that he's scoring, the man should have played from the South Africa series. He should have made his debut from the South Africa series a couple months ago. So I don't know. Only the selectors can answer that. Sports Bone, since you're up at foreign, you're definitely will follow the World Championships. I mean, it's not a matter of where I am at in terms of the World Championships. Most time, even when I was back home, it's just that depending on my work. If I am home now, if I am home in the summer, I will try to follow more sports. But when I have to work in the days and it's a little bit difficult. Where are people still mentioning Hetmeyer? He don't even cross my mind as West Indies player anymore. And that I can't even knock you on. All right. India tour will be on Willow TV. All right. Hope is one of the best in the world. These people must be on drugs. But it is there for everybody to see. It is there for everybody to see. But as I always say, I can't knock people and their opinion. Lara was suspect to the sharp ball also, and he was the greatest West Indies player in his time. That's what I'm saying. You see, fast bowling, people are always gonna have a weakness, People are always gonna have a weakness. But what I'm saying, if I have a weakness and I am still better than you, then it obviously means that you have more weakness than I do. You understand? I see Brett Lee and them guy lick down Shanda Paul and Lard. Well, not Brett Lee licking down Lard, but I see Brett Lee lick down Shanda Paul and all how much time, and Shanda Paul is one of the best batsmen I have seen. You understand? Same thing as Sir Ian is saying about Lara. So, bold early prediction, Pooran is getting a century in one of these qualifiers. That would be nice. That would definitely be nice. That would definitely be nice to see Pooran getting a century. I have Brandon King getting a century, I have King getting a century. Pooran is on form. Is in form. I think he finished off the IPL not too bad. So we have 116 people viewing and 18 likes, as Kevin D is saying. Come on, peeps. Like up the live. I know that some of my opinions are extremely strange and I am not talking what some people want to hear, but you don't know it go. I fully agree with you, Supernova. Carty, last ride. If you don't perform in Zimbabwe, the next ODI series, he won't be there. All right, Sports to the Bone. Can I watch the warm-up game here in the US? I'm not sure. I doubt it's going to be on Willow TV. It's a warm-up game, so I doubt it. I haven't seen any advertisement. So tomorrow morning when I wake up, I'm just going to have to search around and see if I can find the game anywhere. I like the standard West Indies is setting. Full-time, we the fans have full-time, we the fans have suffered enough. All right. My 11, Jay says his 11 is Mayers, King, Charles, Hope, Pooran, Powell, Paul, Shepherd, Correa, Hussein, Joseph. That's not a bad playing 11. I would almost work with it, except I am slightly leaning towards if I'm playing Kimo Paul, I would probably play Jason Hola instead of Shepherd. But I can understand though. The PGA has merged with the Saudi League, so they finally merged with them. Well, I haven't read anything on that, but as I said, when money is running, people will always have to adjust. You understand? But until the adjustment is made by the people that govern the cricket, people cannot walk in and walk out as they please and think that it's going to work for them. And I suspect that things like that will work. Errol. Because if you look at even Pakistan, they are thinking to postpone the West Indies tour, right? Because they want to make sure that the Pakistan Super League goes according to plan. They want the support and they want the people. Because it's hard to compete. It's hard to compete with that sort of money. If the players are not there, then it's hard to pull it's hard to pull viewers. You understand? So I suspect that eventually that will happen. But until that happens, we cannot have people walking in and out as they feel. This is, what's going to happen to the program? It can't work. These new players will do the same thing later in their career. And I mean, as I said, Godfrey, I was talking about it the other day on the live show, the last live we did. Some of these guys that are coming through, they are talented players. So once they get a big break in the CPL and start playing T20 leagues around the world, they are probably going to do the same thing. So that is why I'm saying that, until an agreement is there to say you need to play this amount of game for us or whatever, we cannot have people coming in and going out as they feel, because the cricket is going to fall. A lot of people just want to see their favorite players playing all over the world and then walk into West Indies cricket when they want, That is why some people don't have any problems with it, because they want to see their players go and play IPL, PSL, all of those leagues. And then when it's a World Cup time, they want their favorite players to just walk back in the team and then they just leave again. How the cricket would continue like that? The cricket can't continue like that. So I don't know. I hear that the ICC is giving West Indies double. Not sure what you mean. Sports to the bone. For the first time since guys like Lara, Shandapal, Gill, Sarwan, that Arthur's innings felt like we were watching as West Indies superstar at the crease. The man was confident and classy. Exactly. The man didn't look like somebody that was phased. You understand? He didn't look phased. He was always on the front foot. And even though he got out to an ill-advised stroke, it shows confidence that he was willing to reverse sweep and sweep the ball. The guy can bat. You understand? And it is well known. Kevin Sinclair said it best the other day in the interview, that they all know that that Arthur can bat. It is there. It is well known. So that is why I'm wondering why these guys don't give the man the chance to go and play the cricket. What's it going? Let's get real at this. Who you think should be in the squad against India? Banner or Bravo or Hope or Arthanes? I said it already. Arthanes should have been in the squad from South Africa. So I am gonna have to go for Arthanes. Arthanes has to be there. If they give one of the other guys a go, I wouldn't necessarily knock them too much, because listen, I give Shai Hope a bypass from playing the regional cricket because he played some English county games and the bowling over there is better than what he would have faced. Even the selectors said it. Even Desmond Haynes said it the other day that he went and played some county cricket. So I could understand them bringing him in. Darren Bravo, he also played, made a couple of centuries. I think 2 centuries. Did not finish off too strong, but we might say he's finished. But at the end of the day, the league that they select the test team from, he played well in it. So but Arthur needs to play some test cricket before all of them guys, because he's performing. Also, Sports to the Bone, since Messi go to the US, will you fly down and let Messi get your autograph in Miami? US football is about to rise. I mean, who to tell when the kid gets a little bigger? Probably I will go and I will definitely go and see a game. You understand? The stakes here where US football is concerned, it's rising. It's a far way to go. It's still a far way to go, but Messi coming here is definitely a big boost. Most people here don't even know who named Messi, Most people here don't even know that there's a player called Messi. And Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, they are arguably the most popular football players we have right now, to show that football is a growing sport here, but it's not there as yet. Sports to the Bone, if Powell don't make runs in Zimbabwe, his head will be on the chopping block and he could be replaced by Alec or Mackenzie next ODI series. And Kurt, I can't even knock you on that, because I always say that I have been saying this, that he's a specialist batsman. He needs to score. He needs to make runs. He's also the vice captain. So, they're probably going to give him a little bit of room to maneuver, but he needs to score runs. You are correct. And when I say he's a specialist batsman, I don't mean that he's Lara or Sarwan, because sometimes I say these things and I wonder if people literally don't understand or they are trying to be difficult. Means he's not in the team as a all-rounder anymore. He makes the team as a batsman, so he will need to pull his weight. But he will need to pull his weight. But I'm not too sure if right after Zimbabwe they're gonna drop him, because apart from Shai Hope, I think Ravman Powell and probably Puran, they have been the white ball players to have done some work with the bat recently. How do you rate Alec Arthanes and Kevin Sinclair? Man, this is a topic that I have been talking about for a whole long. And I will just answer it simply like this. They should be in the squad. And you know, I see a comment the other day when I typed, somebody was saying Alec Alternate should be in the playing 11, and I think I typed and I said that he's not in the squad. And I don't know if the person thought that I was saying that he shouldn't be there, but those who have been following this story, you know, they would know that even before he got called up to the squad, I think probably 2 or 3 weeks before they call him up, I did an interview with him, you know, and I expressed how much I appreciate his talent, and that, you know, it's just around the corner, so he needs to keep working and it will come. So there is no way I would be fighting him. Sinclair, I have always been a fan of Sinclair. As I said, I think the only reason why Sinclair you know, sort of got the back seat a little bit was because Akil Hussein had started performing well. You understand? I hope when Arthenes and Sinclair become regular, they don't get like Hetmeyer and co. And as I said, Bobby, it is a possibility that it's going to happen. You understand? And that is why I am saying you cannot mash up the cricket to please these players. You see, all of this quote-unquote diehard fans, they want with CWI to mash up the cricket to please them. I am not saying CWI cannot work out something with them, you know, but don't mash up the cricket for them, because it's their job. They're always going to go for the better payment. We watch the cricket for pleasure, you know, because we love the cricket, but it is their job. So they're going to go and play. You understand? They're going to go elsewhere to play and make money. And I can understand that. You understand? I can understand people wanting better pay and thing. But when you want better pay, you still cannot turn around when World Cup come and play victim and talk about people throwing you under the bus and people don't want slick and all of them sort of foolishness. You know, anybody else except Hetty and Chase? Not sure what they're saying. One thing I'm concerned about, besides Hussein and Joseph, West Indies are lacking strike bowlers. That's only 20 out of 50 overs. We know we are going to get quality bowling. I agree. I mean, the problem is when Kimo Paul is fully fit, I expect him to do some work for us. But then again, you know, I don't know if I can depend on him to bowl 10 overs based on his history with fitness. Jason Hall, as we know, he's going to be doing his thing. But in terms of attacking and taking wickets and probably bowling the 10 overs for under 50 runs, I don't know if we're going to find anybody to really, you know. I hear the ICC is doubling the allocation of money for the West Indies. I hope they use the money to try keep some of the younger players interesting. I haven't seen it, but I will look into it. That would be good though. Arthur's ear is probably ringing. I mean, it's ringing for the good. Let us say it that way. It's ringing for the good. Handpick waving. Handpick waving. Good night. Pink. All right. Chase like Sammy. Not the greatest, but a great leader and a role model. I hear you. Powell is the vice captain, though selectors clearly want him in the ODI squad for the long haul. I worry for Powell, mainly because Zimbabwe might be spin friendly. And as we see over the last couple of tours, you know, he has struggled with the spin. Sports to the bone, here what I prefer. Arthur's probably, he'll be promising batsman from now and beyond. All right. And follow Sports to the Bone and follow. Okay, Khan, you can have a safe journey. Blessings. See you. All right, let me just help you out on the way. You must be new over here. We always say like and share and subscribe, you know, but at the same time, we don't really run behind. We don't really, let's put it simple, we're not really frightened. You understand? Let's put it simple. We ask you like, share, and subscribe, but we don't really frighten. Blessings, Sports to the Bone. I enjoy your videos. Blessings. Thanks for the support. all the way from Dominica. Thanks for your support for Alec. As I said, it's not a favoritism thing. He did the work, and that is why I've been calling for him. You understand? You know, I mean, he did the work, and I still see some people calling for people outside. I see some people calling for players that have not done enough work to get into the squad, yet still that they are not advocating for him. Mind you, though, if you are somebody that likes when I promote your players, let me tell you from now, if you are new, I like him as a player. He's performing, so he deserves it. When he becomes a regular in the playing team, he needs to perform. If he consistently fail, then my argument will be, as much as I love him as a player, rotate him out, let him work on his game and come back in just like every other player. As much as I like him as a player. You understand? And I reach out to him from time to time and think. As much as I like him as a player, it's the same thing. The same thing goes for everyone. You understand? So this is not me preaching because I love him. He did the work, and fair deal. He should get the opportunity. Comparable in batting, bowling, a senior attitude. That's what Chase has. That is why he's always picked. So the thing is, though, Sir Ian, my thing is this, I understand having leaders, but if you are picked to play a role, you need to play a role, especially if the team is not winning. You see, when you have a team, let me put it this way, when you have a team that is performing, you can afford to carry a passenger. No disrespect to him, You can, just in my way, you can afford to carry a passenger with all of those positive attitudes. You made reference to Sammy. Sammy was a great leader, and he pulled his weight. But the difference is this with Sammy and thing. Sammy had Samuel Badri, Sunil Narayan, Bravo, Chris Gale, Pollard. Sammy had all of those guys pulling their weight, so they could afford to have the great leader with the great attitude. Right now, we can't afford that passenger. If he makes a team as a specialist batsman, he needs to bat. If he makes it as a bowler, he needs to bowl properly. In my opinion, we cannot carry him as a passenger. But I understand wanting to have senior players and leaders around. You understand? Nicholas Pooran is a senior player, a former captain, leadership there. Jason Hola pulls his weight, former captain, leadership there. Ravman Powell is there. You understand? So that's what I'm saying. We could have afforded to. And I know the Sammy fans will probably get me for saying this, because he did his work when he could. But sometimes we carried him as a passenger. You understand? But as I said, we had Sunil Narayan Badri, we had Chris Gale, we had Bravo, Lewis, Andre Ross. All of those guys were in their prime. It was hard to beat us. And that's why we won a couple of titles. Not taking any credit from Sammy, but I'm just saying, right now, I'm not too sure if we can afford to carry a passenger. I'm not too sure. All right, I hope Hetmeyer sees the comments. He has to realize how disappointed people in the Caribbean are with him. He must realize that no other set of fans will truly care for him the way we do. And as I said, Travis, as much as I said that the situation needs to be fixed, I still can understand, Hetmeyer thinking that he's not the only one to be blamed, because I have seen where, and I've said this several times, I have seen where these people say the man is not fit when he's outperforming other guys that can't pass fitness tests, people that can hardly run on the field. We're playing every T20 game. So I can understand him looking at it and saying they don't have his best interest at heart. But at the same time, as you are saying, he needs to, if he wants to play the big tournaments, he needs to understand that, there are certain things that he will need to get started out. If Brooks, Chase, Powell, Yannick, Holder fail in Zimbabwe, here are my three placements: Sinclair, Alec, Charles, Drakes, Cornwall for the next ODI series. It's time West Indies cricket have a big shake-up, says Kurt. All right, Kurt, I hear you. I hope they are not planning to use Pooran as a third spin option. He's not captain in the team anymore, so I doubt it. I doubt it. Plus, we have Alicat, we have Rastan Chase in the squad, who I assume was selected as a spinner. So, sports to the bone, the phrase with the colognes or emojis, they don't pop up on your screen properly, though. Oh, I was wondering what on earth was that. Oh, it was some emoji. I was wondering, what's that? All right. Brooks, 26 games, 815 runs, 104 50s. All right. King, 24 games, 709 runs, 105 50s. All right. I hear you. I hear you. Travis says, I suspect that Powell will surprise us. I am sure he knows he struggled in the IPL against spin, and I suspect that he was working on the sweetness behind the scenes at the IPL. I agree. I think more than likely they were working with him, as you said. I respect that too. You're impartial. Why some people say it's biased sometimes, but I know it go. Sports to the bone. The person who unfollow you, face the but you are the best, so don't. That don't even faze me, you know. That don't even faze me, man. Those who have been supporting this platform for 2 years or so now, 3 years will tell you that don't even faze me any at all. That don't even faze me. But probably it's a new listener, and we have other new listeners, so I just had to address it so they know that even though we are getting the support and thing, we're not really frightened. Sports to the bone. Good night. Other than Joseph, who is our next best lethal strike bowler, we need one in the team. Secondly, how can you leave Charles out of your play level? He's really good for him. So that is the same thing somebody said just now. I think it was Supernova that apart from Hussein and Alzari, we're not sure where the quality bowling is going to come from. So as you said, we probably need a couple good bowlers. In terms of the Johnson Charles situation, no, maybe my head is just going, but I am thinking that with having Brandon King and Kyle Mayers, the two attacking minded players at the top of the order there, I am thinking that we need somebody to play number 3 that is probably going to bat a little longer. And the fact that Casey Carty is not in my playing 11, I can afford to have Brooks there. But as I said, I can understand Johnson Charles playing. Another way that it can go is this. And I probably would agree with this way. Kyle Mayers and Johnson Charles opening and Brandon King batting at 3. In that way, we probably would leave out Brooks. So I can understand Johnson Charles, you guys wanting him to be there. He's in good form, so I definitely can understand that. It's just that I was looking and I was saying, Carty is not in my team, so we probably need at least one person, because after the number 3 spot, only Shai Hope alone you have that you can say is probably going to want to settle down and bat. From time to time we see Pooran and Powell, they don't necessarily want to bat too long. So that's why I was looking at it. But I hear you. How can Chase lead the team? He's so lazy and always looks sorry. It's probably his demeanor, man. But in terms of his there's never any animosity with Chase in terms of the media or any problems. He usually tries his best, but I just don't see him in the team right now. That's just me. I would open with Charles and bat Mayers at 3. All right, I hear you. From West Indies perspective, would batting first or bowling first benefit us the most? Do we need the batting practice, or is keeping fit and following the better choice? I think you asked this question on the last live. The batting, I don't know what's happening with our bowling, so it would be nice to bowl at least once or twice first to see if we can, we can bowl the team out or get some, and yeah. I don't even know because at the same time we want Pooran and Powell to get some practice. Shai Hope also. We know Shai Hope is quality, but he hasn't batted in a little while. You understand? He didn't bat that much in the UAE. He didn't really bat much. So we still want Shai Hope, we still want Shai Hope, King and Powell to bat in the event we get through the qualifiers. And at the same time, as you are saying, we want to figure out the bowling. So I don't even know which one is best. In all honesty, somebody else will have to take that on. Who should win the Ballon d'Or? I gone with Messi since the World Cup performance. And I mean, I wouldn't even totally knock you on that. But I mean, he won the World Cup. PSG won the title, right? Think he still scored 30 goals, if I'm not mistaken. He's up there, so probably him. Some will want to give it to Erling Haaland. But I have never been a big fan of calling strikers the best players and just giving them that. So probably him. Maybe him. If I tell you who I want to get it, you wouldn't even believe me because he didn't do too well in the World Cup either. So I wouldn't even go there. And it's somebody from the Premier League. Sports at Bone, I want you to be honest with us. The fans, how long will we continue with the holder if he failed in Zimbabwe? It's time he got to get a drop from the team. This whole situation, we have been hearing this whole situation for a little while, but let me put it this way: with Kimo Paul coming back fit and playing, and Romario Shepherd working his way back in, the only thing is that Romario Shepherd, if he wants to knock holder, he will have to be able to bowl 8 overs that we can depend on, or 10, because we will get that from Jason Holder. It's the batting that we have really we're really going to be worrying about. Kimo Paul, not sure what the batting form is like, but I can understand people wanting to hear about Jason Holder. He's not too far, but I don't know if I'm too loyal to him. Why I don't want to say drop him as yet, you know? People forgetting that Mears is a very good bowler. No, man, we're not forgetting, you know. We're not forgetting. Because even on the last live that we did, a couple of the viewers were saying that probably we can have Joseph and Mears opening. You understand? And thing. But apart from that, we need another elite pace bowler. You understand? 150 people watching, 38 likes. We can do better. They can do better. But the thing is, again, Supernova, remember that, you know, Sports in the World, people with premium IPTV can see all cricket games worldwide. I use and sell them, so that's the best way to see everything. Maybe YouTube might stream, I'm not sure. All right, so he's telling us about IPTV, so I guess you guys can look into that. Yeah, there are some platforms that sell these sort of things, you know, but my thing is that because I watch so much Premier League, I went with Peacock. You understand? That shows the Premier League right throughout the year. So I don't have any suggestion. Sportsy Bone, remember Hetty missed 2 flights, who fault that? His fault. And I have said it on several occasions. His fault. That is why I'm saying if the selectors can't trust him anymore, then there's nothing we can do. It's his fault. I mean, the first flight, they gave him the blind and say, you know, let us ting and yeah, we don't know that word. It's possible. Brooks have to step up his game in this series. Agreed. Can't continue getting to the 30s and 40s and then get out. Shepherd looked like he's improving. Looked really good against South Africa. He surprised me. He's improving with the bat. I still want to see some more from him with the I still want to see some more from him with the bat with the ball though. Too much appeasement for Hetty. All right. Mayers is better to open the batting and utilize the power play. That's his strength. All right. It's a tough decision. I think Brooks could either make the batting more stable, but if it's not his day, he could really slow down the scoring. Agreed. Also, one thing to watch for, will be Sammy's first tour with the IPL players. The dynamic has to be strong between them, or it might lead to disaster. And I agree, but the only reason why I am not too worried about it is there's not a lot of quote unquote big personality coming back from the IPL. Big personality there in the sense that they are big in the dressing room, but in terms of people that will probably push his limit, there are not a lot of them. Let us just say a couple of them has actually retired and a few of them has phased out. We know Pooran and Holder and Mayers. These are not, having watched these guys over the years, these guys don't seem to be egotistic players. So I understand what you're saying, that they need to know how to structure the team. You understand, but you still want to make sure, as you're saying, make sure that players that were already there feel comfortable, and the IPL players don't just walk in and just think. But remember, I trust Sammy in terms of people person and people skill and things like that. I trust Sammy to deal with it. I am playing Romario Shepherd and Kimo Paul and leaving Holder on the bench, says Kurt. All right. Our problem is that besides Hope, none of our batsmen is batting through. True. Should sound like Sports of the Bone wants Hurricane to win the World Cup. The Ballon d'Or. No, actually, no, I know you're going to try to pull it out of me. Actually, no. That's why I'm saying the player that I want to win didn't actually do too well. I want Kevin De Bruyne to win it. There we go. I say, I am a Manchester United fan and I want to see De Bruyne win the Ballon d'Or before he retires. You understand? It's really sad that he didn't get to perform in the Champions League final. Didn't have the best World Cup either, but I've said it. I watch a lot of Premier League and he has a combination of 30 goals and assists for Premier League this season. You understand? But you know it go already. They like to give centre forwards these sort of things, and the guys that are scoring a lot of goals. Ola and Chase are unstoppable. Shepherd's ball in the middle overs of ODI was okay. Yeah. And that is the thing, That is the thing. We can't always only depend on him to bowl in the middle. If you are going to play as a bowling all-rounder, we want to be able to count on you to bowl in the power play sometime and sometimes in the back end. So that is the only part that we are worried about. But as you said, it was impressive against South Africa. The team must be committed. Put their head on their shoulders and play good and positive cricket. Agreed. Joseph, Odin, Paul, Shepherd, Sinclair, Hussein, Mayers is a good bowling attack. All right, Kurt, I hear you. Holder holding up the line now. I guess we are just repaying him for his loyalty. I mean, that's what I said earlier. I don't know if I'm just too loyal to him. The fact that he took over the cricket from his 20, was he like 23, 24? Captain does miss out on a lot of opportunities. But the writing is almost on the wall now. But in terms of knocking him out, that's what I'm saying. The all-rounders, Kimo Paul and Shepherd, they will have to outperform him in both areas, the batting and the bowling, for the selectors to say, what, we're going to put him aside. Because of the credit that he has in the bank, these guys will have to show that we can definitely, Sports to the Bone is any channel showing the warm-up matches. We spoke about that earlier. I haven't seen any advertisement about that, so I'm not too sure. I myself, I'm going to have to search for it. Also, seems to be that Mbappe saw Karim leaves Madrid, and now he's ready to elevate his game and win some champion leagues with Real Madrid. I have never liked seeing players playing in France. Let me just put it that way. I'm not going to say good players don't come out of France, because we have seen some good players in France and things, but I've never been a strong believer of people like Kylian Mbappe and those guys playing in France. I don't like it. Maybe because I don't watch the league that much, but I don't like the idea. Sports to the Bone, if 3 or 4 players get injured, doing the World Cup. Who are the replacement? Man, this man is just trying to get me to say what? To say that his players need to get in. But then again, I don't know who the 3 players are if they get injured. It depends on the 3 players, because if 3 bowlers get injured, they have to put in 3 bowlers. If 3 batsmen get injured, they have to put in 3 batsmen. But then again, might not be the case, because we would have seen a specialist spinner getting injured and a specialist, a wicketkeeper batsman replace him. So I don't know. Blessings, Shakir. Right now, Jason Hola is dead. Wait, in the team, Kimo Paul and Romario are better option. You see, that's the only thing that I'm saying. I want to see Romario, I want to see Kimo Paul remain fit for a period. You understand? Shepherd, I just said what I think about in sports. We haven't seen our guys, Ronaldo and Sachin, in a little while. Yeah, man, not sure what's going on. Majority of the time, Ronaldo is a silent watcher. He's always watching, but he's hardly commenting. In terms of Sachin, think he said, the last time we heard from him, he was saying that he was busy with school and settling and things like that. But I'm hoping that they are okay. Those are fundamentals, foundation supporters we're talking about right there. Man say Mbappe is the GOAT. All right. Kohler is good. It's just not his last. It's just that his last few months, I'm sure he will come through in the qualifiers. All right. I still think Holder have what it take. I am a Guyanese and I would play him over Paul, and trust me when I say I like Paul. So that's what we are saying, Dexter. We're just not too sure what's happening with Kimo Paul as yet in terms of his fitness situation. I said it earlier, Kimo Paul and Romario Shepherd, they will need to outperform Holland both batting and bowling to really kick him out. You still can get 8 or 9, 10 quality overs from Jason Ola. Sometimes you don't get the runs that we're looking for, but you still get the 10 overs from Jason Ola. You understand? He's probably not as penetrative as he used to be, but from time to time he stays on a good line and a length and keep it quite tight. You understand? So I understand what you're saying. I am hoping we are not disappointed as the last T20 World Cup. Let's hope and pray the guys reach the top this World Cup. Boy, Benjamin, as I said, it's a reason why we're playing. So I don't know if I would be totally shocked and surprised. It's a reason why we're playing with them. But I am hoping, as you said, that they will be able to get through. Not seeing any posts on social media and where to watch the warm-up game. Sadly, we won't know until it's about to start. Yeah, as I said, yeah, we're not too sure what's happening. Sports to the Bone, what do you think about Da Silva in the ODI for the future? Not right now. I don't see where he would fit in right now, in all honesty. I don't see where he would fit in right now, in all honesty. I mean, it's not the worst idea in the world, but what he would need to do though is bat high for Trinidad and Tobago in the Super 50 and score some runs there. So, talking about probably opening, he opens for Trinidad from time to time, but probably open, bat at 3 or 4, score some runs and make a case for himself. That is what people like Raymond Reefer did. As much as we are always saying that he shouldn't be playing Test cricket, that is what he did. Same thing we have been saying about Devon Thomas, but that is what he did. Raymond Reefer, bowling all-rounder, started batting at 3 for Barbados, scored some runs, got the opportunity. Devon Thomas, as the wicketkeeper batsman, made some good runs, got the opportunity. So that's all Joshua De Silva needs to do. If he's opening for Trinidad and Tobago, if he's batting at 3, just perform. Same thing for the other guys. We see some people that are not performing, that people keeps on saying should be in the team. All they need to do is outperform the others in the league if it is that easy. You understand? I think Kohler should retire from one format. The workload seems to be getting to him now. Maybe. We have seen other all-rounders doing things like that, you know, people like Ben Stokes. What do we do if we don't qualify? Well, the guys go home and sit down and wait, and whoever going to play against India, they will get to play against India. The rest will probably spend time with their family and then wait on the CPL. I'm on the road driving the tractor, the tractor trailer in a stretcher pull out. I'm taking break just to be sorry. Great perform like that. Man, just listen to the live. Try not to type if you are driving. We don't want anything that, you know. Sports at the one. I'm glad players get in competition. No, Cornwall, Alex Sinclair, Romario, Kimo Paul are closing in on Brooks, Chase, Hola, Powell, and Yannick. Places in the team is in trouble. No, think about it. I mean, it's always good to have healthy competition. It's always good to have healthy competition. So I definitely get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. And, you know, as I said, those guys are doing the work. They are doing the work. They are doing the work. So, you know. The third, fifth, and the sixth spot is open in the ODI. Da Silva have work to do. All right. Third, fifth, and sixth spot open. All right. I mean, it's not open the way how I am picking the team, you know. The way how I am picking the team, it's not open. But as you said, it probably can be open. It just needs to make some runs in the ODI cricket. Because you're playing test cricket. Because you're playing test cricket doesn't necessarily mean that you cannot play ODI cricket. You know, we would have seen Kemar Roach and Kemar Roach, Jermaine Blackwood, and Banner. Even though the experiment didn't work too well, we would have seen the selectors giving them an opportunity. I think it was the latter part of last year to play some ODI cricket. And it's because they were performing well in test cricket. So, you know, all of these guys, they just need to keep performing and they will probably get a chance. All right. Just be careful on the road. Do you know what happened to McCoy? I think McCoy is out injured. He's still recovering. I doubt it is the shin splint problems again, but he's out injured. West Indies will qualify, or all the players involved in the T20 failure and the ODI failure would need to change citizenship. Most of who in the T20 cricket already looking to change. Most of them looking to change already based on the amount of franchise cricket they played. Yannick is looking very dangerous now. The top spinner is coming on, still work in progress. As I said, you guys would have heard my playing 11. I have Carrier playing still. You know, I have Carrier playing. And the last couple of white ball series that we have played, Akil Hussain didn't necessarily set the place alight, but he's still my frontline spinner in the ODI team. Still my frontline spinner right now. You understand? Is a reason why, and same thing in T20 cricket. You know, I like Moti and I like Sinclair, but he's still my frontline spinner right now. I mean, people will say he didn't get a game in the IPL, but just reason it and think about it. You think it is an easy feat for a spinner from the Caribbean to get a IPL contract, even if he didn't play games? Most because of the work that he has done at the international level. Just think about it. If you're not Sunil Narayan, Samuel Badri, well, I mean, Fabian Allen Bowe spin, but we know he's there for his poor hitting. If you're not Samuel Badri and Sunil Narayan, you don't get an IPL contract as a spinner, as a West Indian. So it just goes to show that the work that Akil Hussain did over the last 2 years is why he's there. So, you know, hopefully he will pick up form and get the thing up and running, but he's still there. And as I said, I'm giving Yannick Carrier some more time. How long before he sees his back? I am hoping that we will see him against India if he's fully fit and able to make the team. I saw a video clip of him the other day working in the nets. He was looking smooth. As I said in the last live, I think that we did, he wasn't going full pace, you know, but he was running through bowling, going through his follow-through and all of that. But in terms of his total recovery time, I think the last thing I heard him saying that, was that they are trying to get him ready for India. So let us hope that he will be ready. Yep, Correa is going to be an attacking option for us. He will do well in Zimbabwe and those pitches. And as I say, I trust Correa, and I trust him as a mature player. You understand? And I trust him. You guys know how I think. If a man gets an opportunity in the team and he's doing his thing, unless we have a man that totally that was definitely in the playing 11 and got injured, that's and coming back. That's the only way I would drop somebody like that. But he hasn't done anything too tough for me to really take him out of the team just yet. Any word on Jaden Seals? He is the only strike bowler I can think of. Well, I just answered the question. I just answered that about Jaden Seals. So he's working his way back to full fitness. As we know, Obed McCoy is not the fittest in the world. Even when he comes around, we mostly have him for T20 cricket, not ODI cricket. Zappa, Satna, Adil Rashid also benched to make it make it a spin ball in the IPL hard. Exactly, my youth. Exactly. It's not easy, man. And I have always said it. The only way you get an IPL contract as a spinner and see some of those guys got bench is if you're people like you're good like Rashid and Moeen Ali and these guys that can actually bat. The Rashid can, because the Indians, they're going to say they have how many spinners that can do the role, that can do what we are doing. Why is it that, remember I say IPL, it's not West Indies selecting players for IPL, and the IPL people going to select the players that they think are good. So if we have so many people that are totally better than Akil Hussain to be the frontline spinner, why is it that they weren't selected? We have to be fair in our assessment. As much as how we love and we are emotional about some of the players, we still have to be fair in our assessment. Good evening, guys. West Indies have change to make. All right, what are the changes? I also Sports to the Bone. Isn't it funny how after one of these big teams loses, they make up all kind of excuse? India were trash and no, they want a 3-game series. Wouldn't be a bad idea though. Yeah, wouldn't be a bad idea, but you see, India, they are spoiled, and based on how you see all the newspaper from India writing, they are behaving as if that controversial catch off Shubman Gill that Green took. That was the defining moment, and that is why they lost the World Test Championship final. They are just a bunch of crybabies. You understand? They have some of the greatest cricketers, but they are sore losers. And I'm not going to say it's actually the players. From time to time, we see the players make certain statements, but the media, they just behave as if, boy, they just behave as if, I don't know. I don't know, Star. And I think the only way these guys going to win a ICC event, especially the white ball cricket, as much as they have some of the best players in T20 cricket, I guess the only way to win is to get all of the best players from England, Australia, and put them on the 12-month contract so they can play for those teams, and then they will have their best players. You see all these people stay though. I am almost certain that their top players, they're not going to have their top players signing these 12-month contracts, But at the end of the day, they are throwing the offers out, the offer out there still. The players need to know whether or not they want to take it up, But as I said, they're a bunch of crybabies. I don't know how many of you guys would have seen the thing by ICC. They actually, both teams will have to pay a fine. Shubman Gill will have to pay 115% of his match fee. Though I'm not the best in math, but that simply means all of his match fee for the World Test Championship final, and then he will have to find 15% somewhere else. Yeah. Wait, India got a 2-game series. All right. Today I see the India public calling out their players for playing IPL. I see one and two of them on social media, especially on the Rohit Sharma. I was on the India cricket website on Facebook, their page on Facebook, and I was looking at some image and some pictures, and I saw under Rohit's picture, and I see a couple of people start saying the only thing is good for us to play IPL and one bag of thing, but you know it go. In the absence of Bumrah, hopefully West Indies will be able to make some runs against India. I think West Indies' best chance will be prepare some seamer friendly pitches to keep Jadeja and Ashwin out of the game. Why? I don't even know how you keep those guys out of the game, As Tendulkar said, just as Sachin said, guys like Ashwin, you don't need to have the best turning pitches in the world to play them. Those guys, they use the drift, they use different variations to pick up wickets. And I don't know if our batsmen are 100% good enough to take on these guys. But I get what you're saying, though. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Mohamed Siraj is no joke either. He's definitely not no joke. Man was bowling some wicked deliveries to the Aussies in the final there. Kenneth says a 3-game series is a fair suggestion to have one game decide a champion after 2 years of playing is not the best choice. All right. I hear you. Yes, India just feel they cannot lose games. Cry baby, they are. Hi, my Pakistan. Sihan Darren Sami, but coach. As I always say, the only language I can read is English, Jamaican Creole, and a little bit of Spanish. So no offense if you're typing in your language, I just cannot read it. I am not that savvy. Brain is not good enough. But as you mentioned, Darren Sami, and you mentioned Pakistan. So I am assuming that you're from Pakistan, and I am thinking it's something good about Sami because you guys have Sami as a honorable citizen over there, if I'm not mistaken. Sami would have helped to grow the PSL. So I am assuming that if you're from Pakistan, more than likely something positive. But take no offense to me answering like this. I just don't, I don't understand what you're saying. But yeah, man, Sami is definitely our coach, and we are wishing him all the best. So tomorrow, once again, guys, tomorrow we play Scotland. And if you are coming on for the first time, I gave my playing 11. I am also willing to read out some playing 11. So if you have your playing 11, People's Champ. Oh, Mr. Lovo is actually here. I just see a message from Mr. Lovo in the private chat. The People's Champ is calling himself. People's Champ is here. All right, Mr. Lover, click back your link now. If you are still here, click the link again now. Nuggets closing off the series tonight. You see, a lot of people keep on asking me, and I really feel shame to say that I don't watch a lot of basketball because I like basketball, but probably don't love it in the sense that if it's not live. I will sit and watch basketball all day long if it's live. But for some reason, I can't watch it on the TV. You understand? I am one of those picky basketball watchers. I am what you would call a fanboy when it comes on to basketball. If LeBron is in the final or Steph Curry or one of those guys, I will watch it. I am not ashamed to say I'm a fan watcher when it comes on to basketball. If LeBron or Steph is there, I'll watch it. But I am not an avid watcher like that. So, my analysis on basketball is not that sharp. I will watch it live, but I see somebody named Unknown trying to get on. I'm not too sure who that is. So you have to identify yourself or I won't be able to let you on. I just watch all my cricket online on a Ghetto site. If you all want to let me know, if you all want it, let me know. You can type it in the comment section, man. They know how I do my thing already, but you probably need a VPN. You understand? as I said, I don't get cricket all year round. I get football basically all year round. The Premier League, so I opted for a package where I can see football games, and then I will try to find the cricket on some pirate site, you know. Yeah, but yeah, tomorrow is definitely going to be a good thing. I haven't seen or heard of Mr. Lover forever. America licking him for 6. Yeah, man, work under him skin, man. Work under him skin. He was actually there. He was actually in the background recently. He was in the background recently trying to come on. I think Unknown is the one that is always in the live. All right, always in the chat. All right, Unknown, you can try come on again. Let me see if I can let you on and let you have a say. Come on back, Unknown. Come on again. And I'll try to let you on to see if you can have a say. But Mr. Lover seems as if he's, you know, he's out there hustling it. Hustling Uncle Sam's own. Once the site don't give us a virus, drop the site. All right. Good night. Miss Alat already just listening tonight, says Philip. You miss a whole 101.21 minutes. And we should have only been for an hour, but you know, the people are giving their opinions and things. I'm just here reading. You know, I'm going to pull it 101.30 minutes. So we're going to go for 9 more minutes. I'm going to go for 9 more minutes. So if you haven't given me your plain 11, you can go ahead and give me your plain 11, and I will definitely read out that plain 11 for you guys. So we're going to go for 9 more minutes, and then I'm going to have to hop out of here, and then you can give me your you can give me your plain 11. Give me your plain 11, and I will think. So let me just give you my plain 11 once again. I know that I am going to get stick for it. Kyle Mayers, Brandon King, Shamar Brooks, not Johnson Charles, as much as I want Johnson Charles. I am still thinking of it. So maybe by later on tonight, you even hear me saying that, you know, maybe I'm going to open with Shamar, with Mayers, Johnson Charles, and Bat King at 3. Because as Johnson Charles is in good form. You understand? He's in good form. But when I look at it again, I'm thinking Carty is not in the team. Then you have guys like Poor and Powell. As I said, some of these guys, they're not known to stay around and bat 30 overs. So if we lose a couple of early wickets, it might be a good thing to have Brooks. As well as some said, might work against us having him there batting for too long. But, you know, that is the number 3. 4, we have Brooks. 4, we have Hope. 5, we have Pooran. 6, we have Powell. 7, we have... Let me go again. Mayers and King. Brooks. 4, we have Hope. 5, we have Pooran. 6, we have Powell. 7, we have Holder. 8, we have Kemo Paul / Shepherd. Still thinking, I know Kemo Paul going to get work with me better with the ball, but I think Shepherd doing his thing with the bat, but I'm leaning towards Kemo Paul. And then we have, that was 8. We have Akil Hussein. We have Karaya Hussein. Alzari Joseph. I think that's how I'm looking at it. All right. Mayers King. All right. Tyrell says Mayers King, Brooks, Hope, Pooran, Powell, Holder, Chase, Hussein, and Paul. That's how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That sound, basically the same team like I had. It's just that instead of Chase, I have Karaya to give me some work with the leg spin, but almost basically the same team. How ready are we for India? It's I don't know how ready we are, and especially seeing it's a multi-format tour. We're gonna play tests, ODIs, and T20s. I can't really see us dominating. Let me put it that way. I can't really see us dominating any of those, but hopefully we will perform well in the qualifiers, and then at least we would know that, you know, most of the most of the white ball players are ready. So the aim is for the guys to get us qualified, and then we will have the momentum and thing, because that tour is after the qualification. So we hopefully we are able to qualify, and then we'll see where we're at. In terms of the test cricket, in terms of tests, we are going to be playing 2 test matches. I am hoping that we're able to get 1 or 2 practice games. I don't know if they can. They're probably going to want us to play practice games against the Indians. But even before they come, if we're able to get the team together, the squad together, and get a mixture of guys, guys that performed well in the West Indies Championship, and guys that performed well in the Headley Weeks series. You understand? So if they don't put Kirk McKenzie in the senior squad, so you get guys like Kirk McKenzie and a couple of these guys, to play a warm-up game against the West Indies team, and then we'll see where we're at. Because most of our cricketers are home resting. They are probably doing work in the background, but not high intensity work. You understand? So I am thinking that before we even play a warm-up game against India for test cricket, we can organize something where we have them playing. All right, Ian says no Brooks, Charles. All right, so that is the change that he would make from my team. So instead of Brooks, he would put Johnson Charles in. All right, take West Indies out of this World Cup. Them now go nowhere, sorry. All right. Okay, boss. Then as I always say, don't waste your time watch or talking anything about them, Don't waste your time. I mean, you probably are actually right, You probably are actually right. But let us see. West Indies must win the India test in Dominica. That's a must. We are all excited. I am hoping, that's why I'm saying I'm hoping that we'll be able to get a couple of we'll get at least 1 warm-up game before we take them on. Our test team hasn't been the worst thing recently. Still not too sure what's going to happen with our bowling. Jaden Seals is probably going to be fit by then. Kemar Roach, not sure what's happening with him. He left England a little bit early the other day when he was playing over there. I think it was family issue, so I don't think it's fitness. So I don't know. Don't know what going to go. But in terms of the batting for West Indies right now, don't know if they're going for test. Don't know if they're going to bring back Nkrumah Bonner, but I see Shandapal, Brathwaite, number 3 and 4. Those are the slots that I'm thinking about. Arthanes definitely needs to be in the team, though. Don't know if they're going to bat him at 3 or 4. And we'll see where we go from there. Well, he's probably going to bat at 3 because we have our vice captain batting at 4, who is Blackwood. You understand? So that is how it looks to me. All right, so an unknown is giving me his team, his or her team. I don't know. King Charles, Mayers, Brooks, Pooran, Powell, Chase, Kemopal, Joseph, Holder, Hope, Holder. All right, not bad, not a bad playing 11. Basically the playing 11 that I have in only that I have Carrier in over Raston Chase, and it's still a toss up between Mayers and Charles for me. As I said, Johnson Charles is in not between Mayers, between Brooks and Charles. As I said, Charles is in good shape, good form, but I know we're tired of the 30s and the 40s. But if you're looking at ODIs, apart from Shai Hope and Pooran, I think Brooks has been our next best consistent player. Not saying I'm satisfied with what he's doing, Not saying I'm satisfied, but I can understand us wanting Johnson Charles to go to play. The crowd in Dominica is always the best, says unknown. All right. Josh will be vice captain for the India series. So they are taking the. So what's going to happen with Blackwood? Is it that Blackwood is not going to be playing, or they are thinking that they are planning to drop Blackwood, so they're going to take it from him, give it to um what's his name? Give it to the keeper, Da Silva. But I am always knocking Blackwood, saying that he's a specialist batsman, so he needs to be scoring centuries. But if you look at our test team, apart from the captain, Blackwood actually scores most of our runs. Well, Kyle Mayers is in now, scoring some runs every now and again. But apart from the captain, Blackwood scores most of our runs. Not defending him or anything like that, but and thing. If anybody else have their playing 11, we are actually 1 hour and 30 minutes in, right on the mark that I said I am going to be leaving. So I have been waiting for you guys to give me your playing 11. So if you have I see Sir Ian just pop on. Sir Ian pop on right at 1 hour and 30 minutes when I said that I'm leaving. But Sir Ian, one of the foundation in the thing, I am going to give you some time to give me your playing 11. And then I'm going to run out of here. So let me add Sir Ian. I can't go away without letting you have your say. What say you, Sir Ian?
How are you going?
Yeah, man, blessings. I am relatively okay.
My 11 is your 11, you know. I mean, let me ask you one question though before you go on.
Mm-hmm.
Blackwood any team?
In the ODI squad?
Yeah.
No, he's not there.
All right, good.
I was just mentioning tests. I was just mentioning the test that we are going to play against India.
Right. So is it test team you're looking for, or you're looking for the ODI?
No, ODI. Someone had just asked if we are ready for India. So I was just off the top of my head saying it's probably going to be Shanda Paul, Brathwaite.
Yeah,
I would try Arthur at 3, Blackwood at 4. I was just talking about it.
You must have Shai Hope. Right?
And as I said, Shai Hope was in England. He did some work, so I wouldn't even totally knock the selectors if they give him a chance.
Yeah. So the 50 overs team though, I say Shai Hope, King. You must have this boy Akil, Carrier, the bowlers Paul.
Kemo Paul. Alzari Joseph.
Right. Alzari. Yeah, you have Alzari Joseph.
Do you have Mayers and King in?
Puran wicket keeper.
Yeah.
I
don't know if Puran is going wicket keeper now. I think Puran is going to be in the field.
Oh, right.
Right now, even worse, Shai Hope is now batting at number 4. That even make it worse. Shai Hope not going to give up the gloves. Well, in my opinion, he wasn't giving it up when he was opening and had to bat more over. So I doubt he's going to give it up.
So I have Holder, Chase. Holder and Chase. So far that is about so far. Holder and Chase. So far call about 7.
I think so.
Yeah. Holder, Chase. I try to remember who's the other guys there. Because the main players to
you have Chase in the squad, you have Carty in the squad.
Carty's a newcomer.
Romario Shepherd. Carty has been on the scene for a little while now, but it was really in the red ball format.
Right. So yeah, well, Shepherd, cool. Carty. The thing is, Carty, I don't think he's bad at fast, right?
No, he's pretty slow, extremely slow.
So we can't do Carty any side. So if Carty any side, we have to have the rest of batsmen have to have a higher run rate.
Yeah, Carty and Brooks, in my opinion, cannot play in the same squad, in the same side, batting behind each other. It's going to be tough.
Both of them too slow. Yeah. Right? Both of them too slow. But all in all, as far as the Scotland game, I want to say this, let me don't make no mistake. This is going to be a hard game. Scotland is not an easy side.
Yeah, the good thing is a warm-up. It's a warm-up for tomorrow.
Right. And so we can't get carried away and feel that we beat up on this side, this jokey side the other day.
A lot of those guys are actually over there playing some good club cricket. Not necessarily in Scotland, but they're all over playing club cricket. So it's not like they don't have cricket under their belt.
Yeah, so that's a different story. We have to, as I told you, which is our biggest flaw, we have to bat 50 overs.
Yeah.
And we have to sustain some kind of decent run rate in the middle overs. I think we tend to start off okay, and then we stall in the middle.
Yeah.
And come down to the end, we panic and we out down. So we have to have some level of somebody at the bathroom. It's time Puran. It's time Puran start making centuries and
Puran he's way too Puran is way too talented and he's playing for too long now. He needs to
yeah,
start scoring some centuries.
yeah. Because as I see in the he picked up something in IPL,
Yeah,
so he
he
have to
scored some
definitely
good half centuries and so.
correct. So he have to definitely, if not a century, cross 50 on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
Because so far the only person who have a 50 average is Shai Hope. Nobody else. And between you and me, the
Mm-hmm.
kind of talent them fellas have, those averages are too low.
Yeah.
Too low because long time in West Indies. I mean, just looking at all right, players who we felt wasn't too hot in the days of Vivian Richards and thing.
Mm-hmm.
When I look at the averages, you look at people like even Gus Logie was 30
Yeah.
something. Eh? People
Mm-hmm.
who they used to say them fellas get picked because they could feel and thing. So I'm saying this West Indies team have to definitely start batting longer
Mm-hmm.
and and cherishing the wicket. And also the running in between the wickets have to be no, in other words, we have to eliminate the dot balls. We
Mm-hmm.
have to eliminate it. We can't give our team 5 free overs.
True, true, true.
You just can't do that, Not that Scotland is a good side,
Yeah.
and it's not fly by night side. So we have to take this thing serious. I don't know what is the batting order you have. What you have as the batting
So
order?
for me right now, I have Brandon King and Kyle Mears opening. I am still tossing it up between Johnson, Charles, and Brooks. But the fact that I don't have Carty in my playing 11, I'm going to use Brooks at number 3. Number 4, I have Shai Hope. 5, we have Poor, and 6, I have Ravman Paul. 7, I have Jason Holder. 8, I have Kimo Paul. 9, I have Yannick Correa. And then I think I had Akil Hussein and Alzari Joseph. That is how I have my team.
Yeah. Zuri Joseph, right? So you put Alzari in front of Paul for now. Kimo
To bat,
Paul
to bat.
overall on the team. Kimo Paul not on the team.
Yeah, Kimo Paul is in the team.
Where he batting?
Kimo Paul is batting after Jason Hall, I think, run about 8.
You sure you said that? You
All right, let me
sure?
go again. Brandon King and
Right.
Kyle Mears open. Brooks at 3. 4, we have Shai Hope. 5, we have Nicholas Puran. 6, we have Ravman Paul. 7, we have Jason Holder. 8, we have Kimo Paul. 9, I have Yannick Correa. 9, I have Yannick Correa. 10, I have Akil Hussein. And the 11, I have Alzari Joseph.
Right. So this is what I'm saying. So Shepherd out it.
Yeah, I'm not using Shepherd. I have Kimo Paul over Shepherd.
Right. And you don't feel Shepherd could replace Holder?
The thing is why I'm waiting to do that. I still trust Holder more with the ball. I mean, Shepherd batting is coming on. He showed us in South Africa. He's good in the middle overs, but I still trust Holder more with the ball. And
Mm-hmm.
I think he would need to play more of a bowling role than a batting role. You understand? So I trust Holder more with the ball right now. But Shepherd is definitely coming through. But I still do 100% trust him with the ball as yet.
So then the jump up between, so you think Kimo Paul is better than Shepherd?
With the ball, once he's fit. Once he's fit. I mean, Shepherd is in better batting form than Kimo Paul right now because he finished off Australia, the South Africa series pretty good and he has been coming around with the bat. But once Kimo Paul is on form, at least in my opinion, once he's in
Yeah.
form and fit, he looks better with the ball to me. I could be wrong, but he looks
Well,
better
all
to me.
right. Well, we go wait and see. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, well, I know Shepherd is more of a 2020 player too.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt, well, I personally rather Shepherd than Paul.
Yeah.
I personally,
Mm.
um, I don't think Paul as fit as, but I don't think he 100%. Let me put it that way.
Mm.
But we wait and see.
That is the only issue I have with him. Not to say it's
Yeah,
fragile, but you know, that is
yeah,
my concern with Paul has always been fitness, not not ability. It's just fitness. I've always worried about where he's
All
concerned.
right. I ain't use up too much of your time. Let me turn off and listen to our live close off whatever it is. All right.
All right,
Take
Sir
care. All
Ian.
right.
Thanks
Okay.
for tuning in as per usual.
No problems. All right.
All right, my viewers and subscribers. So 1:39 minutes in, we are going to leave it right there for today. It was indeed a pleasure to have you guys coming in on keeping us company, sharing your opinions, and talking some cricket. It's always good to talk cricket. We had a couple of people talking some football. Big development happening right now. Kylian Mbappe earlier today announced that he's not planning to extend his contract at PSG. So that is dominating the airwaves right now. So quite a few things to talk about in the near future. So tomorrow, hopefully I'll be able to give you a review of the game. I doubt we'll be able to go live after the game because of other duties. So, hopefully I can give you guys a review after the game. But for now, stay safe. Big up on yourself. Sir Ian, blessings. All right.